Hello everyone, welcome to Movie Talk. Today I'll be talking about The Adults, written and directed by Dustin Gaidifa. This movie was released this year with a limited release, so don't expect to have this movie on your local cinema. This movie was mainly on film festivals like Berlin International Film Festival and Las Palmas Film Festival, where it won Best Film. Where it was nominated for Best Film. When a brief trip back home turns into a longer stay than Eric imagined, he finds himself caught between regaining a relationship with the two sisters and conquering his former poker group. The longer Eric extends his visit to make his mark as the best poker player in the town, the harder it becomes to avoid unearthing the tumultuous relationship with his sister Rachel. As their little sister Maggie tries to recreate the intimate world the three shared, Eric and Rachel are faced with the division between their childhood selves and the adults they are now. I watched this movie like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't make any video because I didn't realize this movie was limited released. I thought that with time people would start talking about this movie, and it was something that didn't happen because this movie, as I said, was on limited release and it was mainly made on film festivals and things like that. So not a lot of people watched this movie, but it has released on the beginning of this month, August. Probably you're watching on September. Probably it has passed already over 1 month, but I've watched when it was released, basically on August 18th, and I'm here to make a review of it. And I didn't see anyone talking about this movie, not even the biggest, not even the biggest cinema channels that I usually watch. Uh, the big ones, the small ones. I see no one talking about this movie, so I thought that I could. As I said, no one's talking about this movie, which I think it's unfair and strange. This movie has a known cast, like it's not super famous, but it's famous, basically. It's not super famous, but it's known. It has Michael Cera, it has Sophia Lillis that has been working a lot in 2023, and it has Hannah Gross that I don't really know her, but she has made some works. And I found this movie more interesting than I thought it would be, so I think it's unfair to not have any recognition. As I said, this movie is basically around just film festivals, and these type of movies that are in film festivals are independent movies, of course, and this is a case of an independent movie and an amateur work. The director is Dustin Gaidifa. He wrote and directed this movie, Adults, of course, and a movie that I never heard about, that is Person to Person. He acted on a lot of stuff, so he was an actor that basically made his way through the director's chair. He's not a rookie in the film industry. As I said, he's been working since 2012, but he has only been an actor. He directed 2 movies, this being his second, and I think that is the thing that lacks more. Is someone that has more experience in the director's chair. He's an amateur director, and I think that's why this movie. And I think that's why this movie isn't as great as it could have been. The thing that will catch most people's attention will be the cast, the actors, of course. Michael Cera, Sophia Lillis, and Hannah Gross. Michael Cera, of course, the most famous actor in this movie, and the main character as well. He's the person with the biggest filmography and the better one in the movie, in my opinion. Sophia Lillis is also great. I really like her. I've been following her work since the very beginning, since It. I've also watched that show that she made for Netflix, I'm Not Okay With This. She was also in Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, a movie that I loved it. And she was also in Asteroid City. So she has had a very busy year, and I think it's great for her because I think she's a good actress. Not amazing, but yes, good actress. She's also very young, so she has a lot of time in her career. And Hannah Gross, I don't know much about her, but I've seen that she's made some works. There is a lot of dialogue in this movie. A part of it is really interesting, introducing us to a dynamic between the 3 characters, where it shows how their relationship was in the past when they were kids. Now, as adults, things are just so much different. I really enjoyed the development of Michael Cera's character. I think the script is very happy to develop and show us more of him and making him the protagonist of the story. And I really like how his personality is shown in the movie. He's by far the most interesting character. And we see that he loves his sisters, even if he doesn't really demonstrate that to them. We can see that he really loves them. But he's also very worried about his poker group and winning on poker. We can see that he has a very big ego, and he's really affected by it when he loses something, whatever it is. And because of that, he prefers to not spend more time with his sisters and more time playing poker. And that's something that I really enjoyed this movie. That was Michael Cera's character. I think his character is very interesting, and the acting of Michael Cera is also very good. So I think that's the best thing in the movie. Not saying that Sophia Lillis and Hannah Gross weren't great; they were absolutely loved. Sophia Lillis acting. Anna Gross, okay, I liked it, but nothing special. I think that Michael Cera was best. That's all I'm saying. At times, I caught myself almost taking a nap because there are moments in this movie where basically nothing is happening, and sometimes I don't want to cause the wrong impression for this movie. I don't want to make you think that this movie is really boring. It isn't. I'm just saying that there is a lot, no, there is some moments where nothing really relevant is happening, and the story doesn't really develop. There are some minor sequences that could have been cut out. That's all I'm saying. The movie has an hour and a half, and that's something that I have got to praise the director for, because he knew that he didn't have more to say. So he knew that, okay, that's all I'm gonna do. I don't have anything else to say. So, well, he tries to tell us he does. And although I've said that there were some moments that could have been cut, and definitely could, but the movie needs to have at least 90 minutes, of course. I think that the movie duration matches with what the director is trying to tell us and develop the story. My biggest problem with this movie was the fact that it was called The Adults, and there were a lot of childish scenes in the movie. For the people that have watched it, they know what I'm saying. I know that it was deliberate. I know that it was intentional, that the director wanted to say that and wanted us to see that. And that's something that helps the relationship between the characters for of their past. So they're adults, the three siblings, now they are adults, and these scenes develop their relationship now, where they haven't seen each other in a lot of time, and that's something to make them feel more connected with their memories. But I think it was too much. Like 2 or 3 scenes are okay. There are a lot of scenes where they start singing songs that they made when they were kids, and I think that was just too much. That's just my opinion. And there are times when they talk in like childish voices, and it's a bit hard to describe. But if you watch the movie, you know what I'm saying. I think it was too much. But besides that, it's not a very big deal. It's not that ruins the whole movie, of course not. But it's something that I didn't like. For the adults, I give it a 7. So that's the video, guys. I know it was a bit short, but I don't have much to say on this movie. Like, it's good. That's all. And a lot of people don't even know that this movie exists. So the majority of people haven't watched it. So I'm trying to not tell a lot of things about the story, and just making a review here. And that's my review. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you can see the movie. You can watch it and form your opinion, because it was a movie that I liked. It I saw on Rotten Tomatoes. That's how I knew that the movie existed. I watched it I saw that Rotten Tomatoes had the movie there. It was with a good score. I don't really remember. I think it was something like 76% on the tomato meter on the critics. And I got interested. I saw that it had Michael Cera and Sophia Lillis, which are two actors that I know, and Sophia Lillis is an actress that I like. So I got interested. I watched the movie, and I liked it. It's not a stupendous movie, but it's good. It's good. But I'll leave you guys here. Go watch the movie and form your opinion, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.